10-0 lead. But Philadelphia has scored 27 unanswered. Here in the second half, the ball is out. Loose ball. It's picked up by Fletcher Cox. The big guy rumbles in.
You look at Gus Bradley right there. And
170! Luck struggling in the passing game. It's been on the ground where Indy has had success, but Fletcher Cox says not anymore.
Is about mental and physical conditioning. They come at you relentlessly for 4 quarters.
Richardson fumbled the football. Fletcher Cox lost his helmet there. Richardson lost the ball, and the Eagles have it.
Davis under pressure, he's hit, and the ball comes loose. Eagles have recovered. Vinny Curry with the sack.
He had everything to lose as well as everything to gain tonight. Wow.
My goodness. This is not competitive. Fletcher Cox joins the party.
In Carolina.
A quiet night for the rookie first rounder Kelvin Benjamin, Fletcher Cox, and Cedric Thornton in the backfield on the stop.
Play fake. Running out of time, and he goes down. Breaking through is Fletcher Cox.
Back to Murray. Nothing there. And a good play by Cowboys have not been able to find the big play today. Antonio Romo sacked. Brought down by Fletcher Cox. Keep an eye on him. 2nd and 10. Handoff Lynch. Running to his left. Runs into Fletcher Cox. Good play up front. And a loss on the play of about half a yard. It'll be 3rd and long coming up for Seattle. 2nd and 10. Here's Turbin, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. A loss of 1.
They feed Murray, and Murray gets stuffed. Fletcher Cox on cue, Chris. 3-man rush. Gives Romo a ton of time. Look out from behind.
Ball's out.
Those balls
Ball's
down
out.
The 14-yard line. Is it a live ball?
Griffin. Oh, he's hit. And he brought the ball in. Fletcher Cox devours him back at the 11. 2nd sack by the Eagle D. Loss of 6 on the play.
With Coleman 9, he's out. Devontae Freeman in his 2nd year with the Falcons is the back now. He'll take it to the left. He'll get pulled and brought down. That's good penetration, starting with Fletcher Cox, one of an outstanding trio of defensive linemen. Young, good linemen for the Eagles. So the defense is new with Dan Quinn coming in. So is the offense. Kyle Shanahan, son of the Super Bowl winning coach Mike Shanahan. 2nd and 6. Look out. Matt Ryan is pressured and brought down. The quarter pressure from Nolan Carroll forced him to step right into Fletcher Cox's hands.
And the Eagles really have not put much pressure on Romo since the early part of this game.
Here's Randall right side. Good play up front by Fletcher Cox.
Well, if he's in the game, Joe, you can expect that he's going to be a receiver. They don't handle the ball a lot. He's better as a receiver within this scheme.
In the slot here. Romo loses the ball. Jordan Hicks knocked it out, and we'll see who got on top. Philly. And did the Eagles need that?
Chris Thompson is in, and Chris Thompson looking for running room. Nothing there, and they'll lose about a yard. Fletcher Cox defending on the play.
Breeze caught from behind by Fletcher Cox. Had a long time, and the ball is loose. Fletcher Cox with a big hit, and has had a fumble. It is recovered by the rookie Jordan Hicks.
I'll pull it out in a little while.
Take the run to Ingram, and loose ball again. It looks like the Eagles have it. That would be the second fumble today by Breeze.
3rd and 4. Eagles bring 5. It's picked up for the moment. Manning almost again intercepted. Fletcher Cox getting in the way after Brandon Graham was in the face of the quarterback. The 49. Eagles rush 4. Right in Manning's face. Cox knocks it out. And the Giants get back on it. It was a fumble. It'll be 4th down. Fletcher Cox forced 2 fumbles last week. South Philly, Mike Tirico, John Gruden, Lisa Salters. Jay Rothman, Chip Dean leading our crew down there in the truck. And Shane Vereen meets Fletcher Cox.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Miller blocks here, and up the middle they come. He got drilled on the play. Fletcher Cox with the sack.
The other day?
It was my first cheesesteak in Philadelphia. It was fantastic.
And Winston loses the ball, but it's recovered by Tampa Bay. It'll be a first down on the 46. Here's Doug Martin. And there'll be a loss by a yard.
Taylor under pressure, set. It's Fletcher Cox getting there for Philadelphia.
Hogan broke into the NFL with San Francisco in 2011, undrafted out of Monmouth University.
Here's McCoy going backwards, and he is buried by Cox.
Gain of 18. And Johnson looking for room. There is none, and that is Fletcher Cox, who will probably wind up in Honolulu, going 5 wide. 3-man rush. And they're going to get Palmer, sack him at the 10. So 3 come in, 8 covering the 5 receivers. Fletcher Cox will get the sack.
Griffin under pressure and goes down. Big number 91, Fletcher Cox.
Fits the city, doesn't it? Let's go and fight.
No question.
And they whistle at 10 at last. And look who it was.
Yeah, Fletcher Cox.
A man who can move.
2nd and 18. Again, the pressure. And the ball is on the ground. Picked up by the Eagles. Brandon Graham with the recovery. Fletcher Cox forced the ball out of the hands of Big Ben.
Let's see what they're going to do. They've got Malone set back his center. They're going to throw it. And now Stafford in trouble. He is sacked. Philadelphia will spend its last time out. So that entire sequence of downs. First time we've called the name Fletcher Cox all day long.
You think about playoffs and how important every single game is.
Ooh, that was a dangerous play. Barely got the exchange, the handoff.
6-0 Philadelphia. Here comes Kirk Cousins and company. Fake to Kelly. He's got time, now steps away. Now things break down, and down he goes. And there is a sack by Fletcher Cox for the first time in 8 games. Cousins in trouble, and down he goes. Kirk Cousins sacked again by Fletcher Cox. He went 8 games without a sack, and he's got 2 today.
Flacco takes it down, lost the football. Sacked for the 2nd time. Flacco is taken down back at the 39-yard line. Fletcher Cox. Ravens leading by 7. And the Ravens will keep it on the ground with Dixon. Fans not happy. 2nd season as the coordinator with the Eagles. 3rd down and 6. More pressure on Cousins. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Eagles have recovered.
That in your first game of the season in a 2-minute drive.
2nd down and 3. Cousins hit as he throws. Ball is loose. It's Fletcher Cox who takes it in. for an Eagles touchdown on the 4th Redskins turnover of this game.
They need 5. The Eagles coming with pressure. It's picked up initially, but the second wave gets there. Fletcher Cox comes in to get the sack, and the Eagles will get a chance and get the ball back.
His first catch of the night, good for 6 yards. Cousins did well to hang on to that football as he got belted as he was winding up to throw.
That's okay. His favorite players growing up were all on the defensive side. Down goes Beathard on the sack by Fletcher Cox.
Navy game often takes place right here in this venue. C.J. Anderson with a spin move, and Anderson is dropped at the 25-yard line. In chatting with Doug Peterson, Dan, the positive vibe that he gives off.
As you mentioned, the offenses they played in college. Trubisky will let it fly. Nope, he's going to be brought down by Fletcher Cox.
Freeman back in the game. He'll try to get to the outside. This time he gets stopped at the 17-yard line. Big Fletcher Cox, number 91, highest paid guy on the team, makes the tackle.
One remaining because of that one drive they called both on defense.
Ryan quickly gets taken down at the 50-yard line. That's Fletcher Cox who gets in there.
That last one.
2nd down and 1. Ryan jostled, sacked at the 20-yard line. So that'll make it 3rd down and long after a 2nd and 1. Fletcher Cox comes in there for the sack.
Todd Monken really like about him.
2nd and 10, 28-yard line. Fitzpatrick again under pressure, and this time he's taken down by Fletcher Cox, who was in his face on the previous play.
Eagles rush 4. Luck has time, and he flips it at the last moment to an offensive lineman. Jordan Wilkins was there, but Ryan Kelly, the center, ended up with the football.
Now this is
And the Colts. And he is sacked. Had a chance to get rid of the ball, but he didn't like what he saw. The Eagles gobbled him up.
Is 7 yards short receiving of reaching that plateau. Here's another sack of Eli Manning, and it's Fletcher Cox.
Big play right there. Here's Hyde trying to find some space, but Fletcher Cox is a space eater of the first variety in this league, and it looks like it's a short loss. Losing 4 of 5, now trying to come back today. 3rd and 2. Wentz, ball's batted down. And one assumes if they win.
Well, not only is he doing that on that kind of team test, think about this. He's getting double teamed.
Now there is Cox.
Exactly. He's getting double teamed 70% of the time, Tess. And so I think when you start talking about the MVP.
And this drive starts at the Cowboy 14. Looking left all the way, and down goes Prescott. There's Fletcher Cox. Prescott is swallowed up. And the Philly defense makes another big play, and there's Fletcher Cox. Now not only do the Eagles have to stop Dallas, they got to contend with the clock. Low snap. Elliott is swallowed up back at the 15. That play made by Bennett.
4-man rush. Here comes the pressure. And down he goes to the 26-yard line. Fletcher Cox.
Watson loses the ball on the sack. Scooped up by Fletcher Cox. And the Eagles take over.
Brother Kyle, active and playing today for the Bears as well. As Peterson is brought down right away. And the opening quarter should wind down. Johnson, the ball's out. And the Eagles will take over on downs regardless of who recovered it. Can the Redskins get on the scoreboard? Josh Johnson will be brought down at the 37 by Fletcher Cox. The Vikings lose to Chicago. Josh Johnson is sacked. And the familiar dance of
Chicago takes the ball at the 17-yard line. They start on the ground here. Nothing doing for Jordan Howard. Loss of 1.
Back in the fold. 3 years, $40 million as they will run it. Now Fletcher Cox with a huge play and a big loss. Especially in the second half. Deshaun Jackson in his return to Philly, a monster game. 250-plus touchdowns as Keenum is hit. And it's incomplete, and it's 4th and 12 for Washington.
Didn't like what they saw, so he's sidelined again from the 11-yard line after the Philly punt. 1st and 10. Bell finds no room because the terrific Cox was right there.
If they can't block up front, this team's got no chance.
2nd down, 1. Montgomery with Baltimore last year, torn down by Fletcher Cox.
2nd and 10 with 2 tight ends on the field, and Fletcher Cox comes through to wrap up Dalvin Cook.
Under sees the ball is loose. And the Dallas Cowboys with Fletcher Cox getting in there. And they wind up with the ball to the Cowboys.
3rd and 6. Gusting winds. Allen from the pocket, and the ball is out. A member of the Bills swiped his arm at it. Looked like Josh Allen got it back. But 2nd and 20. Allen is going to get sacked, and the ball is out. And the Bills looked like they were able to get on top of it.
Play clock winding down. Fitzpatrick is taken down on 3rd down.
Chad O'Shea coming up with a lot of different options.
Not exactly what the Dolphins had in mind there, Rondé.
Russ Grimm, Gerald Briggs, Fletcher.
And that's Fletcher Cox.
Toss to Pollard. Well played by Philadelphia. It's 4th down.
Absolutely.
He's an Ohio State Buckeye saying that about a Michigan guy. All right, 2nd down and 8. Bobbled snap, and the ball is loose. Scramble for the football, and the Eagles have recovered at the 1-yard line. Fletcher Cox.